Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Saturday morning, January 10th. I am Emily.
And I am Lisa. Oh, yawn. Good morning, Emily. Happy Saturday to all our listeners out there.
Happy Saturday, Lisa. You sound like you are still about 95% under your duvet. Did you stay up late again?
I did. I was watching industrial rug cleaning videos until 2 a.m. My brain is only about 10% loaded right now.
Industrial rug cleaning? I have never understood why people find that interesting.
Oh, you have no idea. It is so oddly satisfying. Watching all that muddy water being sucked out and the bright colors popping up again, it is pure magic.
I guess it's like a reset button for your brain. Well, speaking of resets, I have 3 stories today that are perfect for rebooting your system.
3 stories.
Perfect. What is on the menu for this morning? First, we have the Starbucks 2026 lineup. They're bringing in the famous Dubai chocolate latte and a new protein shake. Ooh, that crunchy chocolate latte. I've been seeing those thick chocolate bars all over my social media feed. It is a global sensation. Next, we talk about your new coworkers, humanoid robots that Hyundai is planning to put in their factories. Robots walking around on 2 legs? That sounds a bit spooky for a Saturday morning. Just a little. And finally, a surprising scientific discovery. Even brainless jellyfish need their beauty sleep. Jellyfish sleeping? They don't even have a brain to dream with. I need to hear more about that. It's going to be a fascinating trip through psychology and biology. But before we dive in, let's do our keyword quiz. I'm ready. Hit me. What is our challenge for today? Today's keyword is mimic. M-I-M-I-C. Mimic. Like what a professional impersonator does on stage? Exactly, to copy or imitate something closely. It will come up naturally in our second story, so keep an ear out. Mimic. Copying. Got it. I'm listening with 100% of my available brain cells. Now, tell me about that crunchy coffee. All right, Starbucks has officially announced their winter menu for the start of 2026, and the star is the Dubai chocolate latte. I've been waiting for this. Dubai chocolate was the biggest trend of last year. That mix of pistachio and chocolate is heaven. It is a very indulgent combo. They're using thick, semi-sweet chocolate, pistachio cream, and actual bits of kataifi pastry.
Kataifi, that's the noodle-like pastry that makes that incredible crunch sound, right?
Yes, it's common in Middle Eastern desserts like baklava. It's basically a dessert in a coffee in one cup.
But wait, Emily, you know I hate soggy things.
If there's pastry inside a hot latte, doesn't it just turn into a soggy noodle mess? I thought the same thing, but apparently they have a special technique to toast the bits so they stay crispy until the last sip. That's some impressive engineering. I want to experience that crunch right now. Well, on the other side of the menu, they have a caramel protein shake for those who want to be more healthy. Protein in a coffee shop? It feels like cafes are turning into fitness centers now. Do I have to do a squat for every sip? It's for the New Year, New Me crowd. People who want their caffeine and their post-workout recovery in one stop. So I can pretend to be a fit person by drinking a protein shake and then immediately order a Dubai chocolate latte as a reward. That's the ultimate balance, Lisa. A drink for the muscles and a drink for the soul. Balance. I like it. One step toward health and one delicious step back. That's my philosophy. I knew you would say that. That's the struggle of the modern human in 2026. But while we balance our diets, new workers are balancing on 2 legs.
The humanoid robots? Are they actually coming to the real world?
Yes. Hyundai Motor Group announced they will deploy these humanoid robots in their factories by 2028. 2028? That's basically tomorrow. Are these ones that can do parkour and backflips? Likely. They're using technology from Boston Dynamics to build robots that can navigate stairs and obstacles. But why make them look like humans? Why not just give them wheels or extra legs like a spider? Because our world, especially factories, is built for humans. To work in those spaces, these robots are designed to mimic human movement and biomechanics.
Aha! Catch! There it is! The key word.
You got it! Mimic. So why is mimicking humans so important for Hyundai?
Well, if they mimic humans, they don't have to rebuild the whole factory or add special ramps, right?
Exactly. They can use the same stairs, the same doors, and the same hand tools that we use. That's incredibly efficient, but also a bit strange. I'd feel a bit weird having a metal person walking towards me in a hallway. That's what scientists call the Uncanny Valley effect. When something looks almost human but not quite, it can feel very eerie.
Exactly. What if it stayed perfectly silent and just mimicked my every move, like a robot shadow?
Oh, that's definitely going into my nightmare folder. Especially if it mimics your constant Saturday morning yawning, Lisa.
Hey, it would be a very relatable robot, though. Error 404. Energy not found. Need chocolate latte.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, if robots don't need sleep, they have a huge advantage over us.
They really do. Although I still think I'd rather be a person who gets to sleep and dream.
I agree. And that leads us to our third story. It turns out even the simplest creatures on Earth need their rest.
The simplest? Like bacteria? How on earth did they take a nap?
Not quite that small, Lisa. We're talking about jellyfish. Researchers at Caltech studied these upside-down jellyfish and found they actually have a sleep-like state. Jellyfish? But wait, they don't even have a brain, do they? How can you sleep without a central command center? Right, and yet their pulsing slows down by about 30% at night, and they are very slow to react if a scientist pokes them. They are groggy jellyfish. I have never felt more represented by a sea creature in my entire life. It gets even more relatable. The scientists kept the jellyfish awake all night by splashing water at them just to see what would happen. That sounds like a cruel college prank. No sleep for you, Mr. Jellyfish. It was for science, and the result was that the jellyfish were sluggish and irritable the next day. Irritable jellyfish. Do they sting more when they are grumpy? They were just much slower to react. They actually had a sleep deprivation hangover and had to sleep more the next day to catch up.
No way! So they actually have a sleep debt just like we do?
Yes, this suggests that sleep is older than the brain itself. It is a fundamental need for all life, even at the cellular level.
That is mind-blowing. So before we had thoughts, we had naps. Nature really had its priorities straight.
Rest is the original survival strategy. So if you feel like you need a nap today, don't feel guilty. It is your ancient biological right.
I'm going to print that out and show it to anyone who calls me lazy. I'm just honoring my ancient jellyfish roots.
I don't think that will work if you're a robot, though. They're the only ones getting away with 24/7 work.
True. I'd rather be a sleepy jellyfish with a Dubai chocolate latte than a robot with no taste buds.
Same here. 2026 is moving fast, but we still need our moments of stillness.
It has been a great mix of stories today. Crunchy trends, metal workers, and sleepy sea friends.
A perfect Saturday morning cocktail of information. So, what is your plan for the rest of the day, Lisa?
I'm going to buy the most expensive chocolate latte I can find, and then I'm going to go full jellyfish mode on my sofa.
No thoughts, just vibes?
Zero thoughts, just pulsing gently in the sunlight. What about you, Emily?
I might try to act like a productive human for an hour, but I suspect I'll join you in jellyfish mode by 2 p.m.
I think we've earned it. It's been a busy start to the year.
It has. Before we sign off, let's remind our listeners of the key word.
Today's word was mimic, M-I-M-I-C, to copy or imitate something closely.
Like a robot mimicking a human or a tired podcaster mimicking a person with a functional brain.
Hey, I heard that. My decentralized nerves are working just fine, thank you.
I'm sure they are. Anyway, thanks for joining us for our usual 3 stories today, everyone.
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Stay curious, stay relaxed, and stay caffeinated.
And don't forget to get some rest. See you next time.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.